Welcome back, everyone, and I'm here again with SBR contributor Dave Golokhov. And today we're going to be looking at which AFC East team has a shot at winning the Super Bowl. How you doing today, Dave?
I'm doing good.
All righty, man. 3 teams are still alive in this race. Let's start with the Bills. Now, Kyle Orton stepped in pretty good for E.J. Manuel, and he's been getting the job done. But BetOnline doesn't give him a single shot to win the Super Bowl, as they have him at plus 2,500 to win it. Now, I'm thinking that this team does have talent, but a lot of injuries and some issues have held them back. I mean, what's your take on them?
Yeah, I think the biggest issue holding back the the Bills from winning the Super Bowl is, that loss to the Broncos, first of all, but bigger issue, the loss to the Broncos last week, by the way, but the bigger issue is just with that loss, with the schedule remaining, they're really facing an uphill battle to even make the playoffs. You take a look at their last 5 games, 3 losses in those games. Next, they've got Green Bay this weekend. After that, at Oakland, at New England. They'll probably lose Week 17 at New England, because the Patriots look like they're going to need to win that game. And then even the trip to Oakland isn't a gimme anymore. We just saw San Francisco lose there. So Buffalo needs to win out, and even if they do win out, they might not make the playoffs. But beyond that, it doesn't even look like they'll be able to win out. They could lose again this week, and that would really put the nail in their coffin. They're a 5-point home dog to Green Bay. Take a look at the playoff standings right now. Buffalo is really up against it. They're 11th in the AFC. A lot of teams to leapfrog, a lot of ground to make up, and the schedule is not favorable for them.
Yeah. All right. The next one that we have here is the Dolphins. And actually, I'm quite surprised to see how this team has actually evolved. Thing is, bookies don't really give them much of a chance either, as BetOnline has them at plus 10,000 to win it all. Now, I like what Tannehill has been doing lately, but I really just don't think that he has, or he is able to carry the team and make them a high Super Bowl contender. What do you think about the Dolphins, man? How have you seen them so far this year?
I think that they had a nice little hot stretch in the middle of the season, but other than that, this has been the same old Dolphins. And you take a look back at the little stretch they had: beat Chicago, beat Jacksonville, beat San Diego. I mean, that's nothing to really. It's not fantastic. They should have won all. They were expected to win all those games for the most part, and they did. You take a look at what they've done since then: lost at Detroit, beat Buffalo, lost at Denver, beat the Jets, lost home to Baltimore. I mean, this is a team that's just not consistent. They're not very good in any one aspect of the game. They seem to do a lot of things okay or pretty well, but nothing really that stands out. I really think that loss to Baltimore is what did them in, or what eventually will do them in. I mean, you just look at the numbers. They would have been 8-5 at that point, and they would have been in the playoffs because they have the tiebreaker with San Diego, at least for the time being. But they lose at home to Baltimore. Very discouraging. Now they've got a trip to New England. That's probably another loss. I mean, at 7-7 with teams, you're probably going to need 10 wins to make it into the playoffs in the AFC. It just doesn't look like the Dolphins will get there. And never mind the fact that if they get there, they're probably not going very far. So, the odds are about right for this team.
All right, the last team that everyone has expecting to make the Super Bowl is the New England Patriots, and they're the second favorite to win it at plus 400 according to BetOnline. The other team is the Packers. But back to the Patriots. I mean, the way that they've been playing so far on offense and defense, I do think that this is the year that they could actually take the whole deal. I don't know. I mean, from what I've seen lately out of Brady, the way that he's been playing, and how Belichick is doing all the movement in the team, and adding LeGarrette Blount also, I think that they really do have a big shot here. I mean, plus everybody on the odds, it looks like it's the favorite team right now, aside from the Packers. But what do you think, man?
Yeah, I think the Patriots are going to be right there at the end of it. It's hard to argue against them. It's more of a personal preference when you're betting between, them and the Packers or them and the Broncos. It's really a preference thing right now. The thing with the Patriots is they've just been red hot since the middle of the season. Since, I guess, after that first month of September, they've just been red hot. What have they won? 7 of their last 8 games. The one loss in Green Bay against what many people would say is the other best team in the NFL. So nothing to be ashamed of there. Remaining schedule should be a breeze. Dolphins, Jets, Bills. That should be 3 wins. Again, it's a personal preference thing, but the Patriots should have home field advantage throughout the AFC playoffs. And they've beaten a lot of good teams already. I mean, if you're debating between them and Denver, I mean they've already beaten Denver at home this year. You figure they can do the same thing again. They already beat Indy at Indy, so if Indy comes to visit, shouldn't be a problem. They beat Cincinnati. Really, this is there's no real flaws in this Patriots team as of right now, especially if they're going to have home field advantage. Defense looks about as good as anybody. The cornerbacks, Darrelle Revis, Brandon Browner look fantastic. Brady with the running game looks good. Brady passing the ball looks fantastic. Hard to argue against them, but in the end, I still like the Denver Broncos as my pick as of right now.
All right, good stuff, man. Dave, thanks a lot for all the insights, man, and we'll talk some more football again soon.
Okay.
All right, man, and for SBR Picks, this is Dax Floyd.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.